bit more low-key with no vocals. Nostalgia! Yeah, sorry, wrong website. Hey, Waz, welcome. Okay, so, I guess I'll just go down the list of stuff. Actually here, for those who haven't seen it yet, I'll play the trailer. Because I'm sure there are some people who haven't seen it yet. Announcement trailer. And then after that, I will, I'll just go down the list of what my thoughts on everything are. Let me hide. I just hide everything. And that way you guys can... That's not how that works. You guys can just see it, and then I'll come back with all my other stuff. So, here is the trailer. I'm gonna mute myself.
Commander, there's something I have to tell you. I went into the mists after my sword, but I found something else.
Refugees are pouring in from Alona.
If he kills an Elder Dragon, Tyria will never recover.
They cannot stand in the glory of Balthazar's light.
I will right this wrong.
I just can't believe one of the gods gave up on us.
They cannot escape my wrath. When I am done, I will be the only god.
Okie dokie. So that's the trailer. Bunch of interesting, hype-inducing stuff in there. Hi, Ruhai. Welcome. Later. That was my first thought too, Kay. As soon as Ritlock came out, I'm like, later cub. The meme. Ouija, welcome. Spelled no caps, Soul Beast. Pronounced like a monster truck rally. Yes. Sirdoc, what's up? Welcome. Dan's getting in my face, Sirdoc. Okay. So, yeah, I'll just go down the list. Storyline wise, I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on the story because it's story. Spoilery stuff-ish, I guess. I don't know. It's not gameplay, so I guess I don't care right now. Okay, mounts. I'm actually pretty neutral towards mounts. People have asked me about, you know, what do you think of mounts for added to Guild Wars 2? I don't really care. If they serve the gameplay, cool. If they're just thrown in for the sake of being thrown in, then it's like, why? For me, it's always been like, if you're just gonna throw them in, I question why you're doing it, but I'm not gonna care. If you throw it in to serve the gameplay, which they're doing here, that's cool. I'm all for it. But like on the whole, it's neat that they're throwing in, but I'm not like, oh my god, mounts, blah blah blah. Like it's cool. I like the fact that you can dye them. Dyeable mounts is a neat thing. That feature won't amount to anything. Oh, you fired, DeBarros. Battle mounts, fall mounts, fail mounts. All the things. They're like mobility type things. Like you can engage in combat with them. But as soon as you engage in combat, they go away. Skinnable mounts? I don't know. They might do that. They might add skins in the gem store for each of the different mounts. For those who don't know, there are 4 mounts that they're launching with, and each one is tied to like a mount mastery track type thing. And like they each have kind of their own movement skill. Like the Raptor has a big leap. Skimmer, big old manta ray thing. It can go across water, and I think it's got a small leap as well. However, for short distances, the height of several Norn. Crossing large areas of treacherous quicksand or sulfur and water, I think. And then Springer, big old bunny. It's like a kangaroo rabbit thing. You use it for jumping up places. It's got a leap. And then the last one is the jackal. It's like a sandstone elemental doggo. And this thing can blink. It's basically like what the raptor does, but blinking, magic, or something. I think they're all neat. I like how they're introducing them. Oh, me dad. Oh, God. TFN, welcome to the stream, and thank you for the follow. Mounts are one thing, but giving source to allies who are AoE. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens with those elite specs, TFN. I'll talk about those in a bit. 214 and Delirious and Chen and TFN. Thank you guys for the follows. What about Alona? Chris doesn't Alona? Oh yeah, I guess that kind of goes back to the story stuff. The fact that we're going to the Crystal Desert is cool because I've always wanted to go there. I never played Guild Wars 1, other than the little bit I've played on stream. So it's cool that we're going to the namesake of the server I've always played on. It'll be interesting to see what they've got in store. All of the assets that they've put in, like put in the trailer, look interesting. Like all the things you can fight, the locales look really good. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to new places to go, new places to explore. I'm not too picky on that. Just like if you give me new lands to explore, I'm happy. So yeah, mounts. I'm overall neutral on. They're cool. I'm glad they're doing them the way they're doing them, but like they don't really impact my opinion of the expansion as a whole or anything. All right, E-specs, elite specs. Oh boy. I'll save the Spellbreaker for last. Actually, I'll do elite specs last, and then I'll do the warrior last, because I have the most to say about the Spellbreaker. New guild hall. Whatever. We'll see how interesting it is. Actually, is there a tour? Let's take a look. Hydro drop sharks. Let's mute that. I guess the guild hall thing is gonna be up to the folks in Wandering Order. If you guys really want the new guild hall, we'll move guild halls. Otherwise, we'll keep Gilded Hollow. C9 specs that aren't con DPS. Yeah. Hey man, if I have to stay con DPS for raids, that's fine. I don't care. I don't care, Nax. I will be content to continue playing con DPS for our raids. Because I can just as easily play any of them elsewhere in the game. Where Dagger off and it's so hard. I want to get my hands on Spellbreaker. Yeah, new guild hall. Sure. If the guild wants to move there, we'll move there. Otherwise, whatever. Check out the clips showing them off. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I guess I can play the videos for each of the mounts before I move on. I already kind of moved on, but whatever. Seiichi, welcome. Happy for Sword on Ellie. That's what you're hoping for? Yeah. We'll get to elite specs last, because they're probably the biggest thing. FFM dude, welcome. Rip PvP in World. Why? Because the elite specs. The bounties thing. Not the Hydra, but the bounties thing. I'm actually really interested to see. I'll go back to the mounts in a sec. I'm really interested to see how the bounty thing works, because that sounds like a solo activity that I would be really interested in. I just like bounty systems, and I like reasons to go out into the world as a solo player after I've already explored things. You ever going to PC? All right, sounds good, boss. Rewards, whatever. Rewards are rewards. We'll see whenever that is. Where are the? Oh, I guess. Where's the video? It shows up mounts. Oh, there it is. I had to unclick. Okay, so video for mounts. We'll just look at it real quick. Mounts. Maybe some side cannon story. So did it say wow? So yeah, they're talking about. Yeah. You know what? I'll shut up, and you can listen. Stop being annoying. I'll stop being annoying.
In Path of Fire, we wanted to build upon the mastery system that we started with Heart of Thorns.
So we're introducing mounts for the first time into Guild Wars 2. Historically in games, mounts are about traveling fast. To us, mounts are so much more.
A phrase we use a lot in the office is the joy of movement. It should feel exciting to move across the Alolan Desert in a variety of ways.
Each mount has its own movement ability, its own places that it can get to and no other mount can. It really just kind of strengthens that feeling of exploration that we go for in our maps.
Mounts are designed to be these companions that you have that are helping you traverse the world, but in addition to that, they're part of our mastery system. So it's additional horizontal progression. The idea here is that the mounts themselves are your ally. They're not just a creature that you're riding, they're a companion that's taking you on this journey that allows you to get across puzzles in ways that we hadn't thought possible before now.
The first mount that players get access to is the Raptor, which has this enormous leap. It can jump across canyons and over roofs.
This can be used to reach areas that might be off limits normally to a player.
Mounts are not really intended to be a combat tool, they're more of a movement tool. But all of the mounts have a single skill that they can use to engage you into combat.
The Raptor's engage skill is this tail spin.
It can like pull enemies together, so it's really good for starting off big fights. The next mount most players will encounter is the Springer, which is kind of like a mutant bunny or a slightly cuddlier jackalope. It has this leap that takes it up really high in the air.
It's a charged up jump, and the longer that you charge it up, the higher up you'll go.
And it can also be used to get access to some really fantastic stuff. The Skimmer is a really interesting mount. It's this manta-like creature with undulating wings and a strange mystical vibe.
He always hovers some distance over the ground. That means he also hovers over things like water, or other things that normally would stop your motion.
If you're interested in getting to the most forbidding areas, it's going to be really awesome to have the Skimmer. The Jackal is a beast all unto itself. It's created with magical energies, it's living dust.
Its primary movement tool is to blink forward a very short distance, so you can use it to cross short gaps. Unlike the Raptor, he's able to change direction in midair, so you can solve certain puzzles that need precise direction of movement.
I think there'll be some really interesting things for players to do. Each mount is a tool. When you come to a space, there's different ways to get through the same places, different ways to approach. There's something really fun just about being in the Crystal Desert, moving in this way. And that just opens up the possibility. Building places that aren't like anything players have seen in Guild Wars before.
Alright. So yeah, that's mounts. Like I said, they're neat. I like how they're introducing them, but like ultimately I don't really care. they're effectively just more mastery stuff for me. Mukau, what's up? Post announcement hypos? Tempered hype for me. I'm hyped-ish. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, I want the expansion now, but I'm not like, I'm looking forward to this. I'm moderately hyped. Let's see. TFN, either give us an illustrating mount or get rid of Boon to cast hate with me. Rip. And actually, TFN, like, new players aren't going to be able to just hop on these mounts right away because it's tied to the mastery system. If a new player isn't going to be able to do mastery stuff. Like, just, that's not how it works. You can't just hop it. They have to hit level 80. They have to, I don't know how they're going to do mastery stuff if someone doesn't have Heart of Thorns, but they'll have to get initiated into the mastery system that way. And then they'll have to start working towards unlocking the masteries for the mounts. So it's not like they can just, skip everything. Sure, they'll use a boost. They can use a boost, but I would argue, like, if they're using a boost, they're already skipping stuff. So it's like, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. If someone really feels like skipping all of that content in the core game, whatever. That's their choice. Boost the max for new players isn't a good move. It's A-Net. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they fucking do with their new player experience. other than when it ruins my gameplay. Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back, Waz. Bananas, what up? Welcome. Is this funny? Is the bunny my spirit animal? No. Sorry to disappoint. Let's see. You boost, you die in Robo Campfire. Exactly. You're food for roamers like me. Exactly. Am I missing anything before I get to the... We did the video. So I guess, yeah, elite specs. Hey, Vesp. Welcome. It's red thread. I'm really lost. I don't know what to do. Please help. Yeah, there's that too. If someone boosts themselves as a new player, they're the only ones who are going to pay for it. Let's see. Just catching my chat right through. Be a little quick. Full expansion, Mike. Bounties from Guild. Oh, that's what. Okay, fair enough. All right. I guess I'll just go left to right. I'm not gonna put the audio on for these, but I will. I'll play them for you. Music. So Holosmith actually looks real. They all look interesting, but I don't know. The whole you do stuff in your photon forge mode and gain heat, and then you hurt yourself. There's a lot of different interesting gameplay mechanics I could see with that. I like the fact that there's more to it than just use skills. It's use skills at risk, and it's basically you make a decision on how much risk you want to take on before blowing something up. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, as a holomancer uses their skills in their photon forge mode, which I'm guessing works a lot like Celestial Avatar for druids. What will happen is they'll generate heat. They'll build up heat, and then as that heat rises, I think they take more and more damage until they reach essentially a critical mass, and they explode. I don't know what exploding entails. I don't know if it's insta-death or just a bunch of your health gone or whatever, but they build up this heat and it has ramifications, but at the same time, their skills get more powerful the more heat they've generated. So I think it's the last skill they show in this video. It's a big fucking beam cannon that they just unload all of the heat on, and it's death beam. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know, I think it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. The problem with all of these is I want to see them in game. I want to play them. Mac, thank you for the sub, much appreciated. Thank you very much. Much appreciated indeed, Mac. AD plus overheat. 20% of your HP and then a dot. Oh, that's what exploding is? Okay, fair enough. And Giselle about destroying your fingers is getting carpal tunnel. We'll see. We'll see with Holosmith. It's gonna depend on how nutso it is to play. Holo Shroud. I guess that's another way to look at it. Fits Asura. Yeah, it does. Anything NG fits Asura nicely. Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, there's gonna be an open beta weekend for anyone, even those who don't own the game, on the 11th, from the 11th to the 13th. So not this weekend, but the next, where you'll be able to play this stuff as much as you want, or at least I don't know. Will elite specs be in that? I've heard conflicting information. Some people say they won't be. Some people say they will be. I don't know which, but regardless, you'll get to check something out next weekend. But I don't know. When we get to try these, I will definitely be trying everything because I'm curious. A lot of NG skills. Yeah, Char and Asura both fit the NG aesthetic, or I should say the NG aesthetic fits both of them really well. Ohio. Green Box, welcome by the way, if I didn't welcome you. Yeah. The beta weekend stuff. Well, so yes, it wouldn't necessarily, if they're not in the upcoming one, they will for sure be in like a future one. We'll get to play them at some point before the expansion comes out. Okay. Firebrand. I don't have a lot to say on this. Okay. I'm gonna preface this. Guardian, like anything, I've never really been like, oh my god, or really all that interested in. I kind of just play it to see what it's like, but I don't it's not a class that really interests me at a base level. I think what they've got is cool. I think the axe stuff is cool. So you can see how little I know about this. The axe stuff and the tome things are cool, but like I ultimately, whatever. There isn't a lot to say. Well, I don't know. I'm just not, I guess, not impressed. It's just something I don't care about. I don't really care about anything related to Guardians. Because I've played Base, I've played Dragon Hunter. I've had fun with them, sure, but I just don't care about Guardians in general. I don't know why. It might be their aesthetic, it might be their theme, it might be their mechanics. I don't know. I just don't care. I feel indifferent. Yes, I feel very indifferent towards Guardian. Guardian anything. Do wish NG main hand sword was like two-hander. The last two skills were gauntlet. That'd be interesting. Yeah, sort of like the, yeah, something like that. That'd be cool. That's because Guard doesn't have enough passives. No, fuck passives. Even Guardians care about Guardians. Guardians Guard, Warriors War. Fair enough. Fixed engine rotation to K18. Alright. So that's that. Thief. Deadeye looks interesting to me. But on the same token, people have been saying they're not really impressed with it. I don't know. I like the idea. I want to play it. I think there's something people were saying where, like, that crouch, that mode or whatever, where you're essentially in sniping mode, doesn't, like, you can't really move around. You're kind of stuck there, which, I mean, thematically makes sense to me, but I can understand why people would not be happy with the gameplay. Selma King and I is Osprey. Thank you for the follows, much appreciated. As well as Schwam, Zix, FFM, Captain Slappy. I may have gotten Kevin, but thank you guys for the follows, much appreciated. They've got Commando class from April Fools. They kind of did, man. Yeah, it's true. Welcome, by the way. I can't. You now aim with the scope. Hey, man, if there was like a full-on skill shot FPS shit with the Daredevil, I would be playing that like crazy. Or I would just go play more Overwatch. All you care about is AoE, shiny armor, and loathe all the useless crap. Pick up Azelies. That I would be master race from overworld, DP, DD, and PvP, and staff DD, and PvE. Yeah, I guess. Fair enough. Still less fluid. Yeah, I could see some fluidity issues with Deadeye. Okay. I will do Spellbreaker last because I actually did a bunch of research with like the other content creators and the people who did the presentation stuff earlier. I'm glancing over the others because I don't main them. I want to get my hands on them for the most part. I'm not really good at theory crafting for other classes. A whole bunch of reasons. But for the fair warning, I'm gonna kind of glance over the rest and then I'll go in depth for the warrior one. Tunnel Visionary, what's up? I like your name, by the way. Welcome to the stream. In this game's history, the ranged weapon, not particularly excited for Deadeye. That's fair. That is a fair approach. Yeah, a lot of the ranged stuff in this game has been kind of in the past. Okay, so we'll get to the Spellbreaker in a sec. Moo! Just glad the price of the X-Pack without the extra shine is $30. Yeah, I do like the price drop. I do like the price drop. It is a nice change from what they did with Heart of Thorns. Like that they're making purpose-built specs this time around. Heart of Thorns Elites were objectively better than the base Thief, and personally think that's not. Yeah, I agree. So yes, the power creep is always in games unless it's warranted. ASF Crispy Jello, thank you for the follows. Okay, Mirage, it's hard for me to really form an opinion on this thing without actually playing it. Just because of how I am with Mesmer. Like, I need to actually play Mesmer to really get a feel for how this is going to work. It's, like, conceptually, it's really cool. But I need to see how this thing works in action. Maybe I'll pull up Win Potatoes presentation from earlier to see how the thing works. But it looks cool. The concept's neat. but I have no idea what to really expect from it, other than people say it's easy mode Condi spam, based on stuff they saw in Wood Potatoes presentation earlier. General Zerk, what's up? Welcome. Mirage is a big ball of BS. Thing is gonna be so broken. That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing people like Mirage is AIDS. I can believe it. New expansion because now we play the nerfy game. You're really, really pessimistic, TFN, aren't you? I mean, I don't blame you. You have reason to be pessimistic, but damn, it's nothing but negativity from you. Or I should say snark, not necessarily negativity, but snark. Mesmer not being AIDS in general. This is true. For the record, I prefer Shatter. Like Zerker Shatter Mesmer. That's my jam. I've never really been about Condi. I've tried Condi. It's laughably easy to kill people with, but it's not my thing. I prefer watching people explode from shatters. Like watching their health just be gone. In fact, here, let's pull up the Mirage thing from earlier. Mirage 2. No. I guess it would be this one, yeah. Fuck PU County. Yeah, fuck PU County. I agree. Extra mediums. Welcome to the stream, by the way.
The clones, and then the clones have the new ability.
Shush. Left for hot launch, but all the good was too happy to make attempt to come back. There's been some nice additions, extra. There's been some nice additions. Okay. Oh, I think we timed it perfectly. Or I guess I left the VOD on at the perfect spot. Okay. So, I'm just curious what the Condi thing people are talking about is that makes this thing nuts. I don't know anything about the skills. I don't know anything about the mechanics, but here's a demonstration, I guess. That's just clone autos. That's a lot of nasty. Just from autos. Full screen on that? Yeah, I full screened it. Just, you know, 13, 14 stacks of bleed. No big deal. Chrissy Dodge, highest DPS ever. Tiny's low risk, high reward a lot. I also guess people love high risk. I do. I'm someone who likes high risk, high reward. Let's see if there's a... Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. I think this is if he's helping. And it's gone. Oh, I guess we'll do another showcase, but... Wait till he does the staff version. I'm guessing this is the staff version. Big numbers just merge. I agree, Kay. I agree 100%. In general, is like so excited for Holosmith. I'm interested to see how it works out too. What the fuck, enemies? Yeah, I could see this being a little nuts and hopefully getting the nerf back, but I don't know. I need to see this stuff in like a real situation. I need to actually fight it. I need to actually, you know, see it in, you know, proper situations, so to speak, so I can actually get a good idea of how much it impacts me and how it works not in a vacuum. Because these are all like vacuum tests. These are all like doing it against golems. You're not fighting people who are actively using things to counter it. It's all just, you know, kind of there. I want to see it in practice. Excited most for Spellbreaker and Scourge. I'm definitely excited for Spellbreaker, but once you blur, you enter some Mirage state. Let's see, keys in the name. Any sense of balance is a Mirage. Ah, I got him. Okay. I think I've dwelled on Mirage a bit longer than others. Scourge. I personally am a big fan of Reaper. I can't say I'm like, oh my god, Scourge, but at the same time, it sounds neat. because they basically give up their Death Shroud to, I think, summon these things, summon these whatever they are, elementals. But it's like, I like the fact that it's, instead of like just using your life force as like a raw resource, you essentially enhance everything else with it. Instead of just, you know, draining it slowly for extra abilities or whatever, you take your existing abilities and then you enhance them. Hey, Dildo. How you doing? I'm glad to be back. Hello, hello. And welcome to the stream. I think I just welcomed you. Hi. There are more like wells if you control what it does. Wells that you control what they... Oh, okay. So they're like wells that you control what they do. I see. Okay. Again, like all of these, I'm kind of just going by the previews. I'm not going to go super in depth and go and dig up a bunch of information from the presentations earlier. Because these I all want to play. I can't really theory craft for them necessarily. Hey, Cube, welcome. Reaper being balanced will actually be power instead of the county spec it is right now. Yeah, and I want the power aspect of Reaper. I've always been a fan of the power aspect of Reaper. The great sword, I mean, Reaper Shroud is kind of whatever, it's both, but Zalex was up, welcome. I will be doing Spellbreaker last, because that's the one I'm actually going to dig into. And yeah, for anyone who is interested in more in-depth on any of these other ones, check out the official Guild Wars 2 channel for the VOD that had Wooden Potatoes going over a bunch of these. Bog Outer has a bunch of in-depth kind of looks at a bunch of them. I don't know how in-depth, but he went over, I think, all of them. Aurora Peachy went over, I think, a few of them. I can't say for sure if, like, Oh My God Glitzy or Join Jess or any of those other in-it partners really went over it. Those were just the 3 that I looked at. But if you want in-depth stuff on those, check their stuff. This has vocals. I need to skip this so I'm not competing for vocal space. Lumziel, welcome. Say Seth Chill got a nerf. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of balance stuff that's supposedly going to be happening before these go live. So if you're worried about something, it might already have been taken care of in a future build. Weaver. I am actually really interested in trying out Weaver. I really like the concept of Weaver. I really like the whole, you take elements and mix them together. And from what it sounds like, they did that for all of the LE weapons. So you can use whatever weapon you enjoy using on LE and fucking start mixing elements together. And it just sounds crazy. I want to try it out. Weaver? I barely know her. Ha, that's terrible, Les. Ha. The puns. The puns. Icons are so fucked up with the elite specs on the site. Yeah, that's what happens with, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't think they look that bad. Maybe it's just the color. Fire Nation's Balazar. That stance Unravel, that makes him a single element again for 5 seconds on a 25-second cooldown. Dahan, what's up? You ready for the Soul Beast? That's next, yeah. Congrats, Dumbledore is now a sword-wielding tank. Hey, if you can tank with Weaver, that'll be cool. Weaver for me will become Meaver. Ah, you guys are full of puns tonight. Not very good puns, but puns nonetheless. Yeah, Fana, Weaver, I want to try it. I really want to try it. I just want to get my hands on it and try it. Anybody? Wow. Indirect spoilers. Okay. Soul Beast, okay, Lake Guardian, Ranger's the other class where I kind of just don't really care. I'm very indifferent towards it. I like the fact that they're kind of making it, they're giving players who don't like the pets, like me, an option to play the Ranger without the AI bullshit. I like that this will be an option. Will it make me play my Ranger more? I can't say, probably not, but I like the concept and I like the idea behind it, and I like that they're giving me the option. But overall, I'm still very indifferent. It's not spoilers. The book is almost 20 years old, man. I know, it is a joke. It's a meme, Nancy. Weaver uses time-lapse, then uses time-lapse. Yeah, I don't know really any of the details about any of these other than Spellbreaker. New opponent appears. Soul Beast. Soul Beast is in all caps, always. You heard it here. Yeah, Soul Beast. I'm indifferent. Saul and Punchy, or Punci, Puncib, and ASF. Thank you for the follow. I think there's another one for you, ASF. Thank you guys for the follows, much appreciated. You have to say it like Macho Man or Randy Savage. Are you ready for the Soul Beast? I can't do a very good Randy Savage. I just can't. Okay. And the one that no one got to see, but apparently was super hyped during testing. Renegade. I will try it. I like the fact that it uses a bow. There's actually when I first saw what it can do with the whole, I'll point it out when he does it. There's a thing where you summon like a rift and it shoots projectiles out. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, holy shit, it's Yukari from Toho. But that's me being a Toho nerd. Let's see, it is... where do you do it? There it is. That. The rift with the projectiles. There's a character in the Toho fighting games who literally does that. And I'm like, holy shit, Toho. But that has no bearing on whether it'll be fun or not. I want to try it. I liked Revenant when it came out. It's not doing so hot right now, but it's whatever. I want to try it. You have vocals. I don't want vocals while I'm trying to talk about things. AP Thug, what's up? Welcome. Alright, take care, Fana. Thanks for hanging. Much appreciated. It was the worst Macho Man impression ever. I told you I can't do a very good Macho Man Randy Savage. You asked for it. Or I guess Nox asked for it, but you have to suffer for it, Dahan. Soul Beast Bear is nothing but bow attacks. Yes, you become the bow bear. The bear bow. I don't know. I can't speak anymore. It's the fan favorite. From a lot of people, that Renegade was the worst and least liked spec during testing. Apparently, it's not the fan favorite. I don't know, Wast. I'm just hearing things from the grapevine. Suffer enough carrying the ref, please, no more. Okay. Now I'll talk about the one that I actually care about. I mean, like, care about without getting my hands on. Spellbreaker. I'll play the video and then I'll talk about the skills I dug up. And I'll probably pull it on Bogatter's video just because it's handy. Okay, so Spellbreaker is anti-caster and anti-boon and just literally fuck everything that's given warriors problems. That's what it is, and I am looking forward to getting my hands on this and using this because it allows me to deal with all of the bullshit I've had to suffer through in World v. World and PvP, where someone just lines their fucking bar with boons and then laughs while I can't do shit because I got protection and Aegis and regen and swiftness and all that other bullshit. I will be able to ruin their day, and I will be very happy to do so. I'm looking forward to playing Spellbreaker. Okay, so I actually have all the skills that I dug up from the VODs from Richie and Wooden Potatoes VODs. Let me... I'm not going to use Wooden Potatoes because it doesn't... I guess I could, actually. Nah, I know what Bogatter's looks like, so I'll do that. Incidentally, shout out to all the partners who did these videos and captures and whatnot for the presentation earlier. It's really handy for people like me who aren't partners to be able to see this stuff.
Game Boy, I like that.
Just to get an idea of what's coming up for, like, you know, class stuff and theory crafting stuff. And for those wondering, but aren't you a partner? I was, and I voluntarily left the program because I didn't want to be in it anymore, basically. long story short, I didn't feel like being a partner anymore. So yeah. Don't ask for an affiliate link, because I don't have one anymore. Where is that? Where is that? It's buried somewhere in here. Maybe it was over here, actually. Oh, that reminds me. Also, there's like an ammo thing. Like, skill's gonna have charges, which is cool. Where is that? Where did you put it? I got her. He's on it right now, but that's circus stuff. Is it this one? That's Hollow Smith. I think it was the one before it. Yes, it was. We're almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. This is just so I can show what it actually looks like in game. Okay, pause that. Alrighty. Warriors anti-thief stuff. Warriors anti-everyone stuff. It's great. Bear knocks, exactly. Fucking Guardians get blown the fuck out. The mark that replaced steel. Let's see. So can I use a spell break to kill all those bullshit warriors with resistance stat for days? Yes, you can. You can use it to kill other bullshit warriors. Jordan, welcome by the way. Were daggers for warrior? I actually like the concept of daggers, Jordan. It may not seem like it fits the warrior theme, but we're defined as warrior, or as masters of weapons, of weaponry, and daggers are still weapons. You can have someone who, you know, you might think of as a warrior using a dagger, because even though it's not a sword, it's not a mace, it's not an axe, they're a master of weaponry in general. They're a martial master, which means they're going to pick up whatever they got available, and they're going to beat the shit out of whoever's in front of them, or they're going to beat the shit out of whoever they want to beat the shit out of. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a stick, it could be a rock. It's still a weapon. So I think it's fine. I think daggers are fine. Now, giving us, say, a scepter or a focus or a staff is fine. Giving us a scepter or focus, something that is inherently magical, that's where it's like, okay, what are you doing? Because we're gonna hit people with it. Incidentally, speaking of foci and warriors, all of this stuff is pretty much what I was looking for with my concept of a spellbreaker. When I, like, a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever, when people were like, hey Shin, what do you want for the next warrior release spec? And I was like, some sort of anti-mage, anti-magic, you know, warrior where we take their magic and turn it against them. That's pretty much what this is, and that's another reason why I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. Omzural, welcome to stream, by the way. I don't have a command for that. I'm not sure what I would put there. Maybe I'll put this VOD when I highlight it or something like that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make that command so people can see the full thing. It's gonna be a long highlight though. Where he gets 2 scoops of dagger, where Ranger only gets 1. But they already have offhand, Nox, so they technically get 2 scoops too. Unless you're talking about new scoops. Then yeah, we get 2. Rangers only get 1. Master is apparently too strong to use daggers. Yeah, we're too strong for a small piece of metal. Neko, what's up? Welcome. The new war skills. Yes, these are the new spellbreaker skills. Minus the traits. From what I could pull out of VODs. I'm pretty sure I got everything. Yeah, Jordan, exactly. Like, it may be a small blade, but we can still fucking hit people with it and hurt them. I am, well, maybe not disappointed, but I don't know. I was thinking based on some of the artwork from the leaks, yes, leaks, that we were gonna be throwing these daggers, but we're not. We use them melee. Okay. So without further ado, the actual skills. So the thing up here, top left, this is our, sorry, it's gonna be really blurry just because I had to pull it from VODs. It's the auto attack chain. It's really heavy crit, really heavily like crit oriented. It's auto attack stuff, so I'm not like, oh my god, this is gonna be build defining, but it's, I don't know, it's interesting that they decided to make it so crit heavy. Like, it's not even like crit chance, it's crit damage. So it's basically like, if you want to get the most out of your auto attack, have a lot of crit. I don't know how this is really going to affect. I think, if anything, what's going to affect builds is the third attack, the third chain attack where you get the might. Other than that, I mean, it's kind of just, it's a high damage auto attack chain. Where he's limited to getting new stuff. I do have an image link to this. I'll drop this in chat real quick. I do have an image link for people who want to see it. I need to mirror it somewhere. I'm forgetting chat is in Discord. Imgur. Post. Bop. Processing. Static meeting, I guess? Oh. No, back. Okay. Copy image address. There you go. That's what I'm looking at right now. That's to help balance PvP versus PvE. The PvE version of this guy gets banners, inspiring food. Rip. Don't see Necro being popular in PvP because they don't want to give up their extra health. We'll see. Technically, medieval knights had daggers that they use and try to stab. That's true, Tunnel. That's a good point. Yeah, medieval warfare, you actually did have knights. You'd have what you could classically think of as warriors using daggers to pry open armor. Looks like doing some berserker stuff for your warrior. What's this count recharge thing? Like 1 second cooldown on Scypion. I'll explain that in a sec, Barros. I'll explain that in a sec. So what's up? Welcome. This guy's in this going to bed. Just can't watch it. I'll highlight it and you'll have access to it, Emso. Don't worry about it. Okay, so getting back to this. I apologize for the folks on YouTube where I'm jumping back and forth a lot. This is live stream stuff, so I'm interacting with people. I will have this on YouTube though. I can't guarantee it'll be condensed, but it'll be on YouTube. Okay. I put all of the weapon skills on the left. So number 2 is what people are thinking of when they say Heartseeker. This Aura Slicer. It's basically a Heartseeker was slow on a 6-second cooldown. And I'll show you on Bagar's VOD. He's talking about the first thing. It might be better just, I don't know, if I have something to say that's faster than the video. That's the auto attack chain. Here's the number 2, and it's basically Heartseeker was slow on a cooldown. Like if you watch, it's not the same animation, but it's Heartseeker was slow on a 6-second cooldown, minus the health reduction. So it's like a discount Heartseeker. It's a bootleg Heartseeker. It's a bootleg Heartseeker. How about that? Sanctity, what's up? Welcome. Firewater seems so sick. Biggest fan. Thanks, man. I'm your biggest fan. How's that? I'm the biggest fan of all my fans. I'm the biggest fan of all my followers. You guys are amazing. Cryage, what's up? $1 million question from new X-Pac from returning players. What class is good to play? It's going to depend on what you want, Cryage. It's going to depend on what you find fun. Time Lafont and Liara and Samoni. Thank you for the follows. Okay, so it's bootleg Heartseeker. The fact that we get access to Soul is neat. It's elite finisher. It does. I think it does a decent amount of damage. A lot of the damage stuff, I'm not really gonna get a good feel for until I start playing. I don't know. It's like the auto attack chain. I don't know how it's really gonna fit into builds. It's neat, I guess. Oh, maybe some sort of Condi build. Yeah, maybe Condi build. Condi Spellbreaker. And the third one is Disrupting Stab. Okay, Disrupting Stab. Okay, I'll explain it first. First, it dazes your target, and if they're doing something, it stuns them instead. So it's basically something, it's like Pommel Bash in a way. It's like Pommel Bash, but if Pommel Bash actually rewarded you for interrupting people. Other than with traits. I think this is cool because, not only does it stun them, it deals more damage. I think this is cool because this gives you a lot of combo setup potential. This is great for some of the other synergies that you can get with Spellbreaker, to where you I think it's actually the 4th skill. Yeah, the 4th skill. I'll talk about that one real quick and then tell you how it relates to the first one. Okay, so the 4th skill is Wasteful's Ruin. It's basically just you hit them, you slash them, whatever. It deals damage, and it deals double damage to people who are not using skills. You fucking drop the 3 followed by the 4. Boom. Like you're getting double damage on your 4 immediately, because if they're dazed, they're not using skills, and if you stunned them, if you played it well enough to where you stunned your opponent with Disrupting Stab, you've got a nice big old window to hit with Wasteful's Ruin. Boom. Synergy within just using 2 weapons together. Can I talk about the new Guardian? I've glanced over the other classes, Jordan, because I'm not as interested in them as I am with Spellbreaker. I will try them out, and I'll talk about them when I actually get my hands on them in a future beta weekend or whatever, but for now I'm just going over what I have available to me, and I want to focus on the Spellbreaker. Something fun to solo as, good in groups, usually prefer ranged. I haven't played in a long time. Remember, Necros used to be bad. Not sure if they ever got fixed. Necros are actually pretty decent now. Range is good, Elementalists. Actually, yeah, both of them. Let's see, something fun solo as, good in groups, and prefer ranged. You can do Druid, you can do Ranger, Warrior, kind of PS. Those are the 2 that come to mind immediately. No way to get the new armor set. Acid, what's up, welcome. Is Rev gonna be viable again? You're just hoping. Grieving is a new stat. Yeah, power Condi damage, precision, ferocity. Yeah, that could work well with the number 2, or just daggers in general for Spellbreaker. Heartseeker V2 is shit though. They have no smoke field with Warrior. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how to use that. It'll be interesting to get my hands on it. New meta. Okay, and then the number 5. Incidentally, the 3 and 4 aren't that really impressive to watch. Like they're more like utility. Like there's the number 3, it's kind of a tap, and then there's the 4, it's a slash. The 5 though, okay, before he does it, I'll show you what it is. Number 5, Bladestorm, which is it's not the same as Thief Bladestorm. I don't know why they're named the same thing unless they're not, and oh no, isn't it Dagger Storm for Thieves? Anyway, whatever. Bladestorm is actually a really cool looking skill, and actually one that I can see being very useful in practical cases. So it's like a Dagger 100 Blades in a sense. It's a Dagger 100 Blades that goes by much faster. It gives you swiftness. It adds Vuln. It cleaves the 5 targets, and it reflects missiles. It reflects projectiles from the front. It's basically a cone Dagger 100 Blades. I hope you can move with this thing. The footage I saw, no one moved with it, but I hope you can move around with Bladestorm. Like Ellie Strike, yeah, kind of like Ellie Strike Breath. Yeah, kind of like that. Daggerstorm hit so hard. Condi Spellbreaker meta. We'll see. And you can't reflect it. Can't. It doesn't say unblockable. You might be able to. I don't know, but just for those who are curious what it looks like, when he's done talking about it. Instantly, this is a skill I want to try out. There it is. You've basically, that's kind of like you're throwing daggers. You're fanning your dagger back and forth and just absolutely wrecking everyone in front of you. That's hyperbole. I don't know about wrecking, but it seems to do a decent amount of damage. It's got a bunch of nice perks and some nice defensive utility on it. Is it even projectile? Actually, yeah, I don't think it's a projectile. Where is it? It might actually not be. Yeah, I think that's just the animation. I don't think it's projectile. Okay. Can block, can't reflect. Yeah, because I don't think it's actually a projectile. I think that's just what it looks like. Yeah, you can block it. You can certainly block it, as Nox is clarifying. So yeah, it's Spellbreaker, Drake's Breath on a 20-second cooldown. Okay. I'm not going to use the VOD for any of the rest of the stuff because the animations don't really matter. Because these are just utility skills. Well, maybe some of them it might. It might for some of them. But for most of them, I don't think it will. Everdistant, what's up, Welcome? Why would it give swiftness if you can't move with it? I don't know, Everdistant. I haven't tried it. I don't know if you can or can't move with it. I haven't played it. Think Spell Checker will be good, Jordan? I think Spell Checker is the best elite spec. It helps you solve all of your documents and all of your spelling problems. Yeah, it's a melee skill, Neko. It's a melee skill with a little bit of range on it. Okay, so the healing skill, all these ones on the center, these are all utility skills. So at the top, I put the heal. At the bottom is the elite spec, or the elite skill. Elite spec, elite skill, whatever. So this is actually, I will probably use this heal. Probably, being the keyword. So you basically nuke your entire status and then heal yourself. The might gain on that, ignore it, because that's from a trait. That's from, whatchamacallit. Sorry, distracted my music. Says vocals. Yeah, there we go. That's from, I forget what the name is. It's the middle trait in strength. Gives you might when you heal. Whatever. Not important. My phone is trolling me hard. But yeah, basically, you rip all your boons, you rip all your conditions, and you heal yourself. I like it. Yeah, you lose all your boons, sure, but you also, it's basically mending on steroids. And I like mending. Restorative strength, yes, that's what it is. Restore your every. I'm sorry, I can't remember a trait that just exists. Spell checker into spell B. Just don't eat your own boons. I don't know. I'm gonna give this one. It'll depend on the situation, obviously, but I'm interested in this. Just the mechanics. Yeah, you give stuff up, but it's just powerful. It's powerful because you lose your boons. Did I ever play Guild Wars 1? Very little. And after Guild Wars 2 came out. J-Cop and Nobody Cares and Sanct. Thank you for the follows, much appreciated. Yeah. I want to try it out. Sight Beyond Sight. This was. Let's see. You basically reveal people in a decent radius, and then you guarantee your next attack is good. Okay. For people wondering about the cooldown, I should probably say that. I should probably mention that. These are all meditations. These are kind of like mantras, if I understand it correctly. Mantras for LEs where you prep them, and then you have them available. Maybe not. I'm rereading this. Shit. It's Guardians that have meditations, I think, actually. Never mind. It's the class I never play. Okay, so Warriors get meditations for their Spellbreaker. Sight Beyond Sight, you basically get 2 charges of this before incurring the cooldown of 20 seconds. Otherwise, it's a 1 second cooldown. You reveal everyone around you, and you guarantee your next attack is a crit, and it removes blind. I like this for setting up combos. Meta War, yeah, Meta War will be a thing. Consume, what's up? The expansion gonna make Guild Wars 2 great again? PogChamp? I don't know. We'll see. Scarboy, welcome. For PvP, that heals good. For situational, for PvE, just yeah. For PvP, for PvE, yeah, because you nuke your boons. But for PvP, yes, PvP World. I'm interested. But yeah, Sight Beyond Sight. This is gonna be great for just setting up damage, as being part of the combo. Because say you're going in for, say you're playing You're just playing something that's heavily reliant on big bursts of damage. Or, with the burst skill I'll get to later, you're setting up for that, and you know that's coming. Pop Sight Beyond Sight, you guarantee your next thing is a crit. And you also remove blind if you got that on. So it's a great way of guaranteeing damage. Or not even just damage, but guaranteeing effects that might proc off of what you're trying to get to hit. I like it as a combo skill. And it's handy in its own right too, because, you know, guarantee crit, reveal, remove blind. It's a nice utility skill. It is a true utility skill. I like it. Hot Rod Maniac, thank you for the follow. See the elite skill. Yes, I'm getting to that. CC. Patience. Move blind, bruh. Reveal, remove blind. Yes, it does both. You reveal and you remove blind. Intel on roids. Oh yeah, it is like sigil of int. Okay, imminent threats. Okay. We were just talking last night about how taunt isn't really like it feels like they introduced taunt, but they didn't really give it to very many people. Lo and behold, here's a skill that is heavily taunt oriented. AoE taunt that, yeah, it's AoE taunt, affects up to 5 people. And for each target you taunt, you get more adrenaline. So if you taunt 5 people, you get 15 bars of adrenaline, or 15 ticks of adrenaline, which might not sound like a lot, but there's something I'll point out when I get to the burst skill. And then you just get retail, which makes sense for a taunt skill. I feel like this was a skill that was originally going to be for Berserker, and then they took it out. Hey, Teef, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a CC. And you can use that to combo with many things. Alright. Break enchantments. Let's see. AoE boon removal on a 15-second cooldown. And if you strip a boon, you deal double damage. Strip 2 boons. That's cool. That's a nice tool in our toolkit to just fuck boon users over. It's great. Explain how stances work. Press the button, you've got the stance. That's how they work, Spawn. Yeah, Tief, I've played very off and on over the past year or so. Super speed on warrior. Yes. That's the next one. But yeah, Schwab, stances are literally you press the button and you've got an effect for so long. Trust me, I have to use stances every day. Not every day, but anytime I PvP. Okay, Feather Foot Grace. It's basically super speed and resistance and a stun break on a 30-second cooldown. That's all there is to it. Super simple, but super handy. Super speed on a warrior. Let us catch people. Resistance is I don't need to say what resistance is because it's stated right there, and most people probably know what it does and how powerful it is. So yeah, that's what Grace. Yeah, it breaks stun too, Cube. Yep. One stun break to rule them out. It is a 30-second cooldown, so keep that in mind. It is a 30-second cooldown, and you're replacing Balanced Stance, which is also on a comparable cooldown, which gives you repeating stability, so just keep that in mind. What does the maximum count of 2 mean on the Weaver stances? I think that, I haven't looked at the Weaver stuff specifically, but I'm pretty sure that is just like the other skills that are getting ammo, essentially, where you can use it multiple times in a row. You can use it that many times in a row before it incurs a long cooldown. And yeah, it regains a charge at that interval. Focus that away. Okay, here's the elite that has a lot of people up in arms. I'm actually interested in this. Okay, so it's called Winds of Enchantment, and this one I will show you what it looks like. You'll get a better idea of what it does. I think I can actually skip that. I'll just let them run through it so you can see what the animations for each are, just for fluff. That's heal. Then he'll do the Sight Beyond Sight. I'll just let it run. But, okay, to give you an idea of what the elite is, basically it makes a big dome that strips all boons from your enemies, prevents any new boons from being added, and what did it do? It's combo field lightning. It's unblockable. Oh yeah, it destroys projectiles too. It's a shield. It's a shield that fucks the boons of anyone standing in it. On the other, any enemies, I should say. Your boons and your allies are fine. God, another freaking tether. Gagas, welcome. Seems like a World of World Screw with Thieves elite spec. No, this is a World of World Screw with Revs and Ellies and Guardians spec. Any heavy boon user is gonna get absolutely wrecked by this build because that's, or build spec, because that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to completely counter heavy boon use, heavy like casting use, heavy long skill usage. Bears. I'm letting it run through just for people who want to see the animations. There was the taunt. You have vocals. That's fine. Break enchantment is just, it's AoE boon removal and more damage. Yeah, I like the shatter effect. Okay, here's the elite. Here's what it looks like when he does it. Ah. So it's got it has a long wind up. Come on, Bogart. He's gonna attack about it. I'm co-opting his footage for my own purposes, but I don't have access to the footage. Okay, so it's a long wind up. Boom, there's your dome. Any boon, any opponent with boons in that dome gets them ripped and cannot gain any boons after that. So it's every, I think, half second? Yeah, every half second it's gonna strip a boon, and for anyone sitting in there, they can't get new boons. And whatchamacallit, and then any projectiles that they try shooting from outside or in is gonna get destroyed. So it's 2 boons ripped per second. Hey Raz, welcome. Let's see. What thinks this is a spell we're gonna world force people using tons of distort mesmers. This can't counter distort. Never gonna let you cast it. Stability, mech, stability. Breaker of the moon meta. Do you think they'll ever add a 4th talent line? Like you'd have strength, defense, disc, and an elite spec? Probably not, because that would break a lot of things. That would absolutely destroy balance. 1000% people were just gonna get blindsided for that day one. Oh yeah, Cube, absolutely. This is gonna take people by surprise so much. Front lines everywhere will die. Spellbreak, exactly what you asked for. Pretty much, Raz. And yeah, it's unblockable. Lightning field covers a decent area. It lasts for 10 seconds, so this will rip a grand total of 20 boons. 20 boons. Actually, no, take that back. 20 boons on 1 target, theoretically. I think it affects up to 5 targets at a time. I'm not sure how many. Oh, 10 it affects 10 targets at a time. 20 boons ripped on 1 target over its entire duration. So we're talking 200 boons ripped. If you add all 10 targets inside this thing for the entire duration, you would have 200 total boons ripped. That's pretty fucking insane in World of World. Just don't even consider any other situation. Just a World of World frontline. What are boons? That is literally what that is. That is a giant middle finger to boons in Zergs. Blobfest is good. Anti-Blobfest is good. Let's see. Nerf to 5 people. Yeah. Nerf that to 5 people, that's still 100 boons. Although to temper the theoretical number thing of it, you have to remember this prevents boons from being added. So it'll be, yeah, if you had 1 target sitting there, they would lose all their boons, but there wouldn't be any more boons for it to rip because they can't gain any boons as well. But, you know, numbers are fun. So yeah, theoretically 200 boons. Fuck boons. Hey, what's up, Tarsus? Welcome. Max, yeah, I know. I'm tempering the number thing. I wanted to throw out the big number first because it's fun, but yeah, realistically, it's never good. That's never gonna happen. But it's still fun. It's still fun to think of. Yeah, realistically, you'll probably clear like 4 or 5 before the target gets out. And then you might have some unfortunate people end up in the bubble later, but yeah, realistically, you're not gonna rip 200 boons. That's just not feasibly possible. But mathematically, yes, assuming infinite boons and no prevention of boon application. Drake, what's up, bug? What do you think Grandmaster trait for Mez? I actually haven't looked at any of the Mesmer traits or anything like that. I've only looked at some of the warrior stuff. Let's see. Zergs will kill each other a lot quicker. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the shit show that goes down in Zergs. Let's see. That is basically a leash. That's what a tether is. Okay, it's a leash. Tether and leash are synonyms. Check, at least you can just pull them in. This is true, and I'll get to that when I get to the traits and stuff. Melee train running through this with 5-6 boons each would lose most of them. Yeah, exactly. Just crossing it. Grazing it, you'd lose probably 1 or 2 at least. Read something about Spellbreaker removing connies from enemies and boon from allies? I don't know. There might be a trait that does that. I'm not aware of it though. Okay. Now, before I get to the traits, the burst skills. So Spellbreaker, instead of doing what they did with Berserker, where it's you have your normal set of burst skills, and then you go Berserk, which basically flips you into a new set of burst skills. This is you have one F1 and one F2. And those obviously change based on what weapon you're using, but what main hand weapon you're using, but they will always be just those 2. And one doesn't really only one, I think, change. Actually, I don't know if either of them change based on weapon. Actually, hold up. Back that up. I don't think either of them change based on the weapon. Never mind. I'm pretty sure they're both just there. Your F2 is full counter, which is this nutso tooltip up here. Oh, okay, so F1 is weapon-based. Okay, thanks for the clarification, Nox. Thank you. So F1 will change, F2 does not. Again, I haven't played this, so there will probably be misinformation that creeps through. Sip, I'll get to your question after I finish explaining this. Okay, so talk about the F2 because the F1 changes, but F2, it's this full counter thing where basically you guard, you get a shield around you, and it will absorb the next attack. This is on an 8-second cooldown, so average burst skill length. It will protect you from the next attack for 1.5 seconds and completely negate the damage of whatever that next attack is. Then what it'll do is it will counter, if you get hit, it will counterattack for a lot of damage to everyone around you, 300 range, unblockable. It will interrupt people. It'll give you a little bit of evasion. It'll give you stability. And do a bunch of damage. I'll actually show you what that looks like with Bogatter's video. There's the elite. It's fanky, swanky, whatever. I don't know. It's fancy. It's cool. So he'll do it in a sec. But it's basically a temporary shield that negates the next attack, and it's basically Sword 5 riposte on crack. That's basically what full counter is. It's the warrior riposte on sword on steroids. That's basically what it is. Now that I think about it, short cooldown, same base usage, more damage, burst damage. There it is. Okay, you get that, and then if someone attacks you, you explode, and everything around you dies. Hyperbole, but that's the gist of it. Let's see. Next question. Do you think they'll ever implement something where you can use both the both elite specs? Probably not, because that would also break things. Sip, that would also break things. Breaking the meta slave trade. Health, life force gain, 5k. Oh, Train, what's up? I remember you. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Say we're doing, yeah, I'm back to streaming. I'm enjoying it. Cool seeing you again. I haven't seen you in a while. Avian, what's up? I haven't seen you. Well, I saw you not too long ago, but welcome back. Don't know if you'll like the new Warrior new Elite spec. Yeah, Avian, I would say try it out. I want to get my hands on this thing too. All right, sounds good, fam. Thanks for hanging. Okay, so that's full counter. It's really cool. I'm a fan. I like this preemptive gameplay. I actually use my stances in fights preemptively, for those who may not have noticed. And I think that's part of why I'm able to do as well as I do. Now the other one, this is for daggers, I guess. So it's these change based on what weapon you're using. You have your F1, which I guess for daggers is Breachy Strike. It's where you stab your target and you remove their boons. You remove 2 boons. And it's a leap. Yeah, that. What he just did there. That's a Heart Seeker. That's essentially a Heart Seeker. And also he's actually pointing out right now, Spellbreakers only get 2 bars of adrenaline. You only get 2 bars, and whenever you use your F1, it only consumes 1. It only consumes 1 bar of adrenaline. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure using both full counter and your F1, both each only take 1 bar of adrenaline. I'm not sure on that, but I think that's how that works. Both with Fresh Air Weaver. Heartseeker-ish, yeah. This is 450 range, unblockable, leap, damage, boon rip. What's up, Ado? Welcome. Except didn't stay up, wow. Couldn't get into your Twitch account for a long time, that's why the episode... Oh, fair enough. No worries, though, Train. Okay, so that is how it works next? Cool. Decided on, welcome, by the way. So yeah. It's basically, so anything, for people who are like, oh my god, this is gonna be broken with, you know, the on burst skill proc traits. Those traits are only gonna proc their tier 1 boosts. So Berserker's Power is only gonna be the lowest tier. Cleansing Ire is only gonna remove 1 condition. Burst Mastery is only gonna refund, you know, 33, no. What would it be? 11% of your adrenaline? So that is something to keep in mind with Spellbreaker. You have 1 less bar of adrenaline, and all of your burst skills are only tier 1. In theory, you can hit Dagger 1, swap to Axe, and hit F1 again. Yeah, this is true. Like, because you're only using 1 bar, you can use multiple burst skills in quick succession. Which would you'd still benefit from things like Cleansing Ire, because you would be, you know, that one is more dependent on, you know, how many times you use it, as opposed to Berserker's Power, where it's more based on how big is the hit, how much adrenaline do you spend. Yo, skill feels like a troll move on the moon. I like it, Avian, because it's a big heal. It's a big heal. You're also clearing a lot of conditions as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Trying to think of a way to make this into a raid build, but you have to see the traits. I don't know how well this is gonna work against a raid build, or raid elite spec, just because it's very reactionary and very dependent on your target having boons and casting, which none of those really apply to raid settings. Those are all more PvP stuff, and maybe open world stuff too, depending on how smart the enemies are. Boo, thank you for the follow. Party King, what's up? Where can you see spec vids? The official channel has a VOD. Or no, if you're just talking about the kind of like teaser trailers or where they explain stuff, Party King, the official site. I'll grab you a link. That one. If you go down to the specialization section, that has those videos. If you want more in-depth looks and like actual gameplay, the official Guild Wars 2 Twitch channel, Wooden Potatoes did a bunch of overviews. Bog Otter on his channel has videos. Aurora Peachy has videos. I'm pretty sure Oh My God Glitzy, you know, Join Jess, any of those other ANET partners that got in and were able to test things, they probably have footage. I do not, because I am not a partner. Yeah, it's really not a raid thing. Yeah, Tarsus, it could be really bad. Yeah, the cast time is kind of brutal, a second and a half, but like, I want to get my hands on it. I want to get my hands on it. It may not be that bad. It might be terrible. It might not be. We'll see. Someone streamed Zerka's power as a 7% stacking buff according to Discord earlier, for what it's worth. Yeah. If you look here, this has a 7% damage. Right now, it's 10% for the lowest version of Berserker's power. I don't know. I'll have to play around with it. Get down with this build. Should be nasty PvP. Yes, I'm really interested to see how Spellbreaker works in World and PvP. Let's see. Super nice tonight from PvP. I don't want to play something that isn't Berserker and Raids and Fractals. You might need to find a different class to do that, Cube. I don't think you're really going to get much out of this for PvE stuff. Yeah, Charles, yeah, for organized PvP, there are probably better options than the Spellbreaker. Probably in theory. We need to see these in practice, obviously. We need to see these things in actual, matches and whatnot, but it could very well be, yeah, Necro just outclasses this entirely, and why run a Spellbreaker when you can run a Necro and just corrupt? That's a fair point. Finally, what's up, welcome? Do I have a link to all skills, please? I have the image. Uh-oh. I got rid of it. No, where'd I go? History. That one. Yeah. Copy image address. I thought PvP is so dead. Well, there's that too, Chazes. There's that too. But yeah, there you go. Was Blindly? Yeah, Blindly. That's the image that I made after digging all these up. Scarboy, what's up? Might be used for in PvE, maybe meta. Yeah, all of this stuff, we need to see how it plays out. We can theory craft all day with these, but we don't know how these are actually gonna play until we see them in game. CBAM, I welcomed you earlier. Hi. SBA, welcome. If you are welcome, wanna see Monk? You might have to wait on that. Anionus, welcome. Is that a new class? Yes. Well, it's sort of. It's an elite spec for warrior. Don't know how to play the game anymore. Fair enough, Charles. That's fair enough. Okay. Caught up with chat. These last three, these are all the Grandmaster traits that I was able to find for Spellbreaker. I really want to see the rest of them, but I couldn't find footage. I could not find footage of the other traits. I couldn't find footage of someone going over all the traits. Okay, so, and these are actually from top to bottom too. So the top one, the Enchantment Collapse, the top, Grandmaster, Mage Bane Tether is the bottom. So I actually haven't looked at these that much, so this will be kind of fresh for me too. Okay, so Enchantment Collapse, removing a boon from a foe causes all nearby foes to lose additional boons. That's going to be great for Zergs, especially with the elite. It's like, oh hey, what are boons? Even if you're outside the bubble, you're not safe. No cooldown. I mean, it's not a massive range, but it's 240 is a decent range. And it's 5 targets per effect, so like, couple that with the break enchantments. What are boons? Yeah, enchantment class with break enchantments. You've just bumped that up to removing 3 boons from 5 targets. It's a little nuts. Revenge counter, full counter. That's the shield, the riposte on steroids. It basically does more damage and it gives you resistance. And then any conditions you have on you will be copied to whoever you hit. So there's your Condi Spellbreaker trait. I like that copy. I like the copy stuff. So you could kind of You could bait out a like a plague signet, assuming a Necro's using a plague signet. Bait out a plague signet, but not plague signet, spite, I think. Yeah, signet of spite. Bait out a signet of spite, or actually plague would be appropriate too. Bait out one of those basically big Condi dumps on yourself, revenge counter, and you've basically just vomited back on them. Easy peasy. The anti-epidemic, yeah, anti-epi. How am I? I'm doing pretty good, Biffior. How about you? How you doing? Saw the trailer, AoE of Spellbreaker though, so freaking huge. Yeah, it's cool. It's hella good even on power. Yeah, that's nice. Plus the resistance. Now you have to remember this is copy, not transfer. Remember, this is copy. So even if it happens, you're still gonna have those Connies on you. The resistance is gonna be there to help prevent you from melting, but just keep in mind that strategy I just talked about, like, you will still have them on you, and that resistance only lasts for 2 seconds. So what you could do is you could have this trait bait out a Condi dump, use revenge counter, use revenge counter, vomit them back on them, and then use your heal. Theoretically. Might not work in practice, but you know, it's a combo to keep in mind. Yeah, exactly. Long enough to get the nuke heal off. Exactly. That's what I was talking about. Alright, and then the last one, the bottom one, is, okay, when you hit with a burst skill, just either your F1 or your full counter, you apply Mage Bane Tether to your target. This is literally, as far as I understand it, this is literally Guardian or Dragon Hunter F1. The spear tether. Where basically you tether them to you, and then if they try and run away, they will get ripped right back. So basically, yeah, it even says there. So if you hit someone with a burst skill and they try and, you know, blink away, run away, whatever, and they get outside that 600-yard range, it's gonna rip them right back. So it rewards hitting with your burst skill. This is interesting gameplay. This is a passive thing that I like because it adds something that directly affects your gameplay to your burst skills. I find it interesting. Not to mention, it reveals and gives you might. And it lasts for 8 seconds. So they're gonna have to deal with that for a while. Thief Killer, yeah, that's gonna hurt a thief a lot. Thief and Mesmer. And maybe Warrior, depending on what they're running. Like if they're running a Great Sword or a Sword and they try and get away, yoink. Gives might it gives might. Oh, I see. And is that 3 might? Yeah, I think that's 3 might per second for 10 seconds. Yeah, it says it right in the tooltip. Yeah, grants might and reveals the target every second for 8 seconds. Yeah, that's very much an anti-Mesmer, anti-Mage thing. This one sucks. Linaios, welcome, by the way. So yeah, if I can drop a burst skill on Mesmer or Thief, they're gonna try and teleport away. Yoink! Or if they stay in range, you're just gonna get more powerful. Might. I mean, granted, they could corrupt it, but, or at least Mesmer could corrupt it, and the Thief could steal it, but, you know, it's still nice. It's still cool. Wasted dodge for damage. What's after that? But yeah, that's all of the stuff that I could find from the presentations and all that earlier, and I want to get my hands on this thing. This looks very interesting. Get might every second, use the heal to remove them all. Yeah, we'll see how the heal turns out. Who knows? They could tone it down or turn down the cast time on it. Make it like half a second might be a little crazy. Well, I don't know. If you tune down the cast time, it still has that boon removal punishment on there. Then again, well, no, you keep the cooldown. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it feels. We'll see how it feels during the test. But yeah, I am very interested to try this out. I really want to see the rest of the traits, and someone said that someone somewhere had all of them, and they were going to give me a link or whatever, but Even just with what I've seen, I'm very interested. Like, a build template is maybe Mancy, maybe. Didn't think for warriors have only one useful heal at a time. Yeah, I know. Feels heal sig, man. 3-4 second would be nice. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how things feel until I get my hands on them. So, we'll see. So yeah, that's basically everything for my impressions. Crystal King and Nightmare. Thank you for the follows, much appreciated. So I'm like pseudo hyped for the expansion. Not pseudo. Like tempered hype. Like I'm not like, oh my god, I want it now, but I am looking forward to the expansion. I'm looking forward to the new zones, all the new mobs and stuff. I'm looking forward to the new bounties and stuff like that. Looking forward to all the new elite specs, and how everything is gonna turn out with that. Definitely looking forward to Spellbreaker. Mounts I'm really indifferent on. They're cool. Ultimately, I don't care. They're just another gameplay mechanic. New guild hall, also indifferent on. That's gonna depend on what the guild wants to do. Is there anything I'm missing? I think that's it. I'm okay. Overall impression, I'm looking forward to it. I like what they've presented. I especially like the fact that they said that those zones are gonna be the biggest they've ever shipped. Ever. So, I'm looking forward to that. So overall, looking forward to it. I want to see more. But based on what I've seen, I'm happy with what is coming. YOLO Smith. And also I will definitely stream and also save for YouTube my play tests of all the elite specs when I can get my hands on them. So that way I can have a better idea of how things play, how things feel, how fun things are. Low-key hyped. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Neko. Low-key hyped. Low-key hyped. But yeah, I'll bring you guys stuff as I am able to do it, as I am able to get said stuff, make said stuff available. Follow. Thank you for the follow. And yeah, I will put all of this on YouTube as well. For any folks on YouTube who in the future have made it this far, I apologize for it being so long, but this is what happens when I make a live stream section of the video instead of me doing a concise, for a YouTube product. I may or may not do what I did for Heart of Thorns, where like I do all the live stream testing and then I make a concise impressions video for YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. That format might work out better depending on how they do the elite specs. I don't know. We'll see. Future stuff.